And we're back with some more Arizona Coyotes franchise mode in FHM 10. And in this one, we have the start of year number 6, I believe it is. We're going to be getting to the regular season in a minute here. But first, we do have the Hall of Fame inductions for the past season. You have Johnny Gaudreau, rest in peace, Erik Karlsson, Steven Stamkos, and Carey Price. So those are the Hall of Fame inductees for this year. And now we're going to go ahead probably to the preseason. All right, so we're at the end of the preseason, and this is our lineup heading into the regular season for year number 6. You have Lysell and Kosa in goal. On defense, you have Rudolph, Veilleux, Sather, Salminen, Price, Hamilton, and Tuorila. And at forward, you have Christensen, Gavin, Furcus, Lacroix, Fedorov, Stenberg, Michkov, Berkoyev, Denoye, Kuzma, Eriksson, Cardona, and Fox. And this is going to be a big year for your Arizona Coyotes, a big start as well. If we don't have a good start like we did last year, then we might have to consider firing Marco Sturm right out of the gate, because that was not a good look for him last year. And it obviously resulted in not even making the playoffs. And of course, we did have a good run towards the end of last season, but that was not good enough to make up for our mediocre at best start. So we really got to make sure we don't do that this season. Oh boy, already starting out with a major injury. Fedorov down. And it's going to be too long. It doesn't look like it. Mild hip strain, 1 to 2 weeks. All right, it's not too bad. Okay, there's actually someone on waivers who I think I want to place a claim here for. Eric Lundqvist, who is 25 years of age, 2-star defenseman, very good positionally with that 19 positioning, 16 hitting, 14 checking. So he's a very solid defensive defenseman there. The mental ratings aren't too great, but determination's at 17. And then when we take a look at his scouting page, the bigger the game, the better he performs. Like that about him. His injury tendencies are durable. He isn't making too much money on his contract, only $1.3 million for 1 year. So I think if Tuorila doesn't end up working out, which as of right now seems like he's kind of struggling, then I think it'd be a smart move to get a replacement 7th defenseman. No complaints about the rest of our defensive core though. Our main 6 guys are doing very well so far. All right, so we're at the end of the first month. We're at November 1st, 8-5-1 currently. Not bad. We are in a better position than we were at this time last year. We are currently 2nd in the Central with 17 points, only behind Utah. So let's take a look at the player stats, see what is going on here so far. In goal, you have Sebastian Kosa with a .901 save percentage in 6 games played, and William Lysell in 11 games played with an .878. Yikes. What's going on with William Lysell lately? He has not been himself. Or at least not the goaltender that we saw during the Andre Tourigny era. Yeah, he's been rough. I mean, luckily we're winning games. Our offense is winning us games right now, it seems. But William Lysell, that's a bit rough so far. On defense, you have Rhett Sather leading the way with 15 points in 14 games played. Daxon Rudolph, the new acquisition, with 13 points. Xavier Veilleux, our captain, with 8 points. 7 for Salminen, 5 for Hamilton in 8 games played. 3 for Lundqvist in 8 games played. Only one of those is with us, though. 2 goals in his debut as an Arizona Coyote. And Pekka Tuorila in 12 games played with 3 points. And Caden Price in 7 games played with 2 points. And then at forward, you have Jagger Furcus with 18 points, leads the team. Then you have Stenberg with 12. Gavin with 10. Denoye with 10. Michkov, Fedorov, and Christensen all with 7. Eriksson with 4, 3 for Cardona, Kuzma, and Berkoyev, 2 for Lacroix, and 1 for Fox in 6 games played. So overall, a pretty interesting start. Our offense is definitely carrying the day right now. As we take a look at goals for per game, we are 7th in the league with a 3.64. I'm surprised that's not higher, honestly. And goals against per game, we are 28th in the league with a 3.79. Yeah, that makes sense. Face-offs, we are unfortunately towards the bottom of the league with a 48.4 at the moment. Power play is currently, 28th in the league with a 15%. So if we could get that power play going, then our offense would be in a really good spot. And penalty kill, also towards the bottom of the league, 75.5%. If those special teams could get going, we would really be in a good spot. So I'll give Marco Sturm the benefit of the doubt for right now, considering that our record is good, right, at the moment. But if we start sliding back into 500 territory, then we're going to have to do something about that. Oh boy, major injury for Denoye, 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, not too bad. Rudolph's also injured at the moment. Yeah, I think I'm going to send Tuorila down to the AHL. He's not really doing well up here. Oh boy, we're just getting all kinds of minor injuries right now. Sather, Rudolph, Lacroix, and Denoye all currently unavailable day to day, I believe. So that means we're going to have to call Tuorila right back up, because I believe that is 2 defensemen who are currently out. Oh boy, Salminen's down 1 to 2 weeks with a thumb contusion. Gavin out with a bruised wrist. We're getting a lot of day-to-day injuries or Or just like 1 to 2 week injuries here to start out this season. Holy moly, another one. Erickson, severe facial cut, 2 to 3 weeks. We just cannot catch a break with all these minor injuries. Even our AHL team's getting so many minor injuries. Aerosmith with a strained foot. I was trying to call him up. I guess it's going to be Jason Foyston coming up. Jeez, I didn't even notice this one. Berkoyev out for 2 to 3 months with a torn hamstring. All right, Salminen is back on the roster. I will send Torreira down once more. Okay, we are now on December 1st. We are 16, 10, and 2. We are currently tied for first with the Colorado Avalanche with 34 points and a 3-way tie actually with Colorado and Utah. So let's see what's going on. How's Lascelles doing? I'm mainly concerned about him right now. 902 save percentage. That's much better than what we last saw. So his goal saved above average went from, I believe, negative 8 point something before. Now it's at negative 2.27. So he's definitely been much better as of late. As we see, yeah, 963, 941, 938. Yeah, he's definitely been much better over the past month or so. So I will continue to have some confidence in him because I believe he can bounce back. I'm not going to go too in depth with the stats here. I just want to see if everybody's being consistent. Yep, Sather and Rudolph keeping up the pace there. Furcus, almost a point per game player at the moment. 21 points for Stenberg. Yeah, it's mostly looking good. Gonna take a quick look at the team stats. Goals for per game, we are 17th in the league now with a 3.36. Definitely died off there a little bit. However, our goals against per game has gone up to 12th in the league with a 3.21. So once again, backing up that Lascelles and Kosa have been much better as of late. We are 23rd in the power play, 20%, better than it was before. Penalty kill, we are 13th in the league, 80.9, much better than it was before. So overall, a solid month for your Arizona Coyotes. Once again, I think as long as we can stay ahead of 500, like where we were basically all of last year, then I think we should be able to hold on to a playoff spot this year. And obviously, you know, the consistency of William Lascelles in particular is going to also play a huge part. All right, we are on January 1st now, and we are 27th, 13, and 2. We have been on a roll as of late, and I think I have a feeling I know why. William Lascelles has been on a tear as of late. 921 save percentage. He started, what was it, like 870? He has been on a tear as of late. His goal saved above average at 13.67 now. That is certainly quite the recovery from the start that he had to this season. And honestly, all he has yet to do at this point to prove that he is a world-class goaltender is win the Stanley Cup. When a goalie is performing like this and he can manage to do it all season long, that's going to be a pretty tough team to stop. So considering our record, I think we could just go ahead here. We're probably going to go minimum to the trade deadline, if not to the end of the regular season. All right, we're on February 1st now, 32, 20, and 4. And I get the feeling, yeah, Kosa's been so bad lately. When we take a look at his game by game, last game 722, 667, 850. Oh my God, Kosa, my man, what in the world? That's so bad. Yeah, I think he's probably done. He's probably out of here. That's so bad. Let's see if there's any goalies on the trade block, any backup goalies, because I'm not having that. That is absolutely not acceptable. Because we dropped a couple of the past few games, and yeah, that would explain it. Kosa's save percentage as of late has been absolutely horrible. Okay, there are no notable goalies on the trade block as of right now. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take a look at free agency first. I mean, I doubt there'll be any goaltenders here, but you never know. Let's see, Isaac Gravel, 2-star ability, or Isaac Gravel, I should say. He only has 7 AHL games played, and that was in the 2030-31 season. It's been a while since then. So yeah, I think I'll pass on him. What about Colton Cleaver? How's he doing in the AHL right now? 915 save percentage? I mean, that's not bad. Yeah, we could give Colton Cleaver a shot and then maybe just send down Kosa for right now. Or you know what? I'll shop him first just to see if we can get something for him. Doesn't seem like we're getting much. Just 1 star, 1.5 star. Alex Newhook. Not really interested though. Yeah, especially not that salary. No, thank you. Yeah, we're not getting much. I think I'd rather just send him to the AHL and hope he clears. Because if he does, then we can go back to him if we need to. But yeah, he's not been good lately. So for now, we'll see what Colton Cleaver can do as our backup goaltender. And hopefully Mr. Kosa clears. I doubt it though. Did he clear? I guess he did. Yes, he did. Sebastian Kosa has officially cleared, so that's good to know. We can call him back up when needed, but for right now, I do want to see what Colton Cleaver is about. So I think with that, we will make our way to the trade deadline. Ooh, okay, we got a goalie on waivers now. Nicholas Coco of Dallas, a 76th grade. What's he done so far this year? 10 games played is a 939 save percentage. Ooh, yeah, that's good. That's good. What's his contract? Yeah, I think we're going to claim him. All right, so now that we've claimed Coco, I will send Colton Cleaver back down to the AHL. He unfortunately did not get a look, but oh well, a new option appeared for us to try out. And Burkoyev is finally back from his long-term injury. He will be going back on the roster. We'll be sending down either Fox or Foyston. Yeah, I think it's going to be Foyston. All right, we are on March 1st. We are 39, 24, and 4. Good enough for second in the division, right behind St. Louis. And I wouldn't say we're in a comfortable spot because we do have Minnesota 3 points behind us. You have Utah 6 points behind us. You have Dallas 8 points behind us, all still capable of catching up to us. And then, of course, you have, in the Pacific, you have LA with 77 points for the wild card. So we're definitely not comfortable. However, unlike last year, I would say we were definitely more in control of our own fate here this year than we were last year. So honestly, as long as we keep up a good pace, I'd say we are good to go. So with that, let's take a brief look at the stats before we move on. You have a 919 save percentage for Lascelles in 57 games played, 873 for Kosa in 15, and then for Coco in 10 games played. He has yet to play for us, as those games were all with San Jose. On defense, you have Rhett Sather with 61 points in 63 games played. He's been phenomenal over the past 2 seasons, especially. Daxon Rudolph with 42 points in 65 games played. Veyu with 28. Salminen with 23 in 61 games played, up to a 4-star ability now. You have Hamilton with 22. Price with 16. Lundqvist with 14. And Tuorila with 5 in 20 games played. And then at forward, you have Furcus with 64 points in 67 games played. Stenberg with 60. Mitchkov with 47. 40 for Christensen. 37 for Gavin. 35 for Fedorov, 32 for LaCroix, 30 for Denoye, 24 for Eriksson, 22 for Kuzma, 15 for Cardona, 8 for Foyston, and 5 for Metcalf, Fox, and Burkoyev. Burkoyev really has not been great ever since we brought him on board. His career high so far is 13 points in 76 games played last year. And so far, I know he was injured a lot this year, but only 5 points. And then he was injured a lot in his first year as well, only 28 games played. Or maybe that was due to being benched so much. But like if we go back and check, his only major injury was this past year. So I guess he was just benched for a while during that season, but still has not been particularly impressive, at least as of this moment. I mean, he's only 20, so, you know, I'm willing to give him a bit more time, but he is certainly not making himself look like he's a part of our future at the moment. We'll check the team stats now. Goals for per game, with 13th in the league with a 3.36. And goals against per game, we are 6th in the league with a 2.93. Power play, we are currently 16th in the league with an 18.9. And penalty kill, we are 27th in the league with a 79.1. That has definitely dropped since we last checked. Now let's check our upcoming contracts. You have Burkoyev, Eriksson, Kosa, Coco, Lundqvist, Metcalf, Aerosmith, so no one too important. Eriksson only wants 2.5. That's not bad for what he does. He does 24 points so far this year. What about his hits? How is he physically? 43. I mean, he's not a bad player. Like, I wouldn't mind re-signing him. I'll just put him as auto-qualify for now. Burkoyev, like I said, I'm not sure about. He wants 2.8. I don't know. I don't think he's worth that, to be honest. He may be a big game performer according to his personality, but it certainly doesn't seem like it. And honestly, I think a big part of it is that a lot of his mental ratings are so low. That, and he's overshadowed by, you know, guys like Stenberg and what's his name, Fedorov. Kosa at this point, definitely not re-signing. Coco, he hasn't even played a game for us so far, so it's just I don't think there's any need to re-sign any of these guys right now. As far as trades go, do I want to make any trades? I mean, we've been on a pretty good run lately. In the past 3 weeks, we've only lost one game. That was against St. Louis on the 21st. Yeah, I mean, you know what? This team has been through enough change over the past couple of years. I think it's only fair that we just give this team a chance going to the playoffs and see what they could do. So let us advance to the end of the regular season. All right, we have finished the regular season 48, 29, and 5. Good enough for second in the Central Division. We'll see what happens with St. Louis and whether or not they get the additional points to cap off their season. But still, nonetheless, a very good season for your Arizona Coyotes, getting back up there to the 100-point mark after the disappointment that was last season. Let's take a look at the final season stats for all of our guys. So William Lascelles, in 66 games played with a 918 save percentage, stayed very consistent after he had that rough start. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do going into the playoffs this year. Kosa, of course, is still in the AHL, and Coco, in 7 games played for us so far, has a 939 save percentage. So maintaining that 939 save percentage that he had with San Jose. So a pretty good pickup so far is Nicholas Coco. And on defense, you have Rhett Sather finishing off the season with 67 points and following up last season with yet another stellar performance. So it's good to see out of him. Daxon Rudolph with 45 points in his first season as an Arizona Coyote. Then you have Xavier Veilleux, the captain, with 34 points. 30 points for Hamilton, 26 for Salminen. So Salminen slowed down a lot offensively towards the end of the season. I think as we look at his game by game, yeah, he had 3 points in the last 4 games that played of the season. However, before that, he went quite a long time without any points. It goes back to February 15th. Up until March 27th, he did not have a single point. So that is definitely a cold stretch for him. But you know what? Just based off his growth, he's at a 4-star ability now. I think he'll be able to come back from that. I think he'll be able to bounce back next season and get back to where he was 2 seasons ago with that 49-point performance. Well, I guess it depends on how much ice time he gets, right? But still, I'm confident in Adam Salminen's abilities. Then you have Eric Lundqvist with 19 points and 18 points for Caden Price in 53 games played. And Tuorila, currently in the AHL, he had 5 points in 20 games played. And at forward, you have Furcus with 78 points, 72 for Stenberg, 60 for Michkov, 51 for Fedorov, 45 for Christensen, 43 for Gavin, 36 for LaCroix, 35 for Eriksson, 32 for Denoye, 25 for Kuzma, 16 for Cardona, 8 for Foyston, 7 for Bokoyev, and 41 games played. Yikes. He's just... oh, he's rough offensively, man. Metcalf with 5 and Fox with 5 as well. And now to end off the season, let's take a look at the team stats. Goals for per game, we are 17th in the league with a 3.26. Goals against per game, we are 3rd in the league with a 2.83. Thank you, William Lassell. Power play, we are 23rd in the league with a 17.6. Penalty kill, we are 21st in the league with an 80.6. So with that, we will advance and see who we have in the first round. And I believe that will be Minnesota. Yes, indeed. So that'll be about it for this one. And in the next one, we will start out the Year 6 playoffs. It's the Minnesota Wild.